Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh and in today's video we will be discussing about the Challenge to Centers 2019 Jammu and Kashmir decision. So in the year 2019 a decision was taken to abrogate the Article 370 of Jammu and Kashmir. So in today's video we will be discussing about that what is the present situation which is going on, what is happening in the present scenario and what has happened over a period of time and its constitutional provisions. So first of all about the news. First of all, what is the news? Then what are the constitutional provisions? What change has happened to Article 370? Then Parliament equals to state government. About the Jammu and Kashmir constitution. Downgrading of Jammu and Kashmir to the union territory status. In the end, a prelims practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is polity section. What is important for you to know about the constitutional provisions regarding Article 370? So, let's see the news. It has been taken from Indian Express and it says, day-to-day Supreme Court hearing from August 2, the issues in Challenge to Centers 2019 Jammu and Kashmir decisions. So first of all, what was the 2019 Jammu and Kashmir decision? It was Article 370 which was there since India got its independence, but it was removed in the year 2019. Now there is now it has been seen that many petitions has been filed to challenge the Center's 2019 Jammu and Kashmir order. So we will not be going into the political aspect. What we will be looking into is the constitutional provisions or what is the constitutional aspect related to it. So first of all, what is news? The Supreme Court on July 11 said it will begin hearing petitions challenging the changes to Article 370. So whatever changes has been done to the Article 370 in the year 2019, the Supreme Court will be looking into the changes that has been done in the Article 370. And about the downgrading of Jammu and Kashmir state into 2 union territories. So first of all, what changes has been done in the Article 370, and then earlier Jammu and Kashmir was considered to be a state, but now it is a union territory, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. So the Supreme Court will also be looking into this aspect. So these are the 2 points that Supreme Court would be looking into. Then the Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud has said that the affidavit on the present status of Jammu and Kashmir would not have any bearing on the constitutional issue raised in the petitions. It means that Supreme Court, who will be hearing the petitions, will not be talking about or will not be looking or will not be entertaining the questions which would be talking about the constitutional issues. They will only be talking about the changes that has been made to Article 370 and downsizing of Jammu and Kashmir status from state to union territories. It will not be looking into the aspect or any bearing on the constitutional issues. Now this is important because many of you who would be reading might be thinking that constitutional provisions might also be looked upon. So it is not the case. So what is happening is, first of all, let us see that what changes has been made to it. So this is little factual because I will be talking about the facts also. But you need to know that what are the changes that has taken place. So the governor's rule was imposed in Jammu and Kashmir in the year 2018. Governor's rule was imposed. And according to the Article 92 of Jammu and Kashmir Constitution, 6 months of governor's rule was mandatory before the state could be put under president's rule. So, if the state of Jammu and Kashmir has to be put under the president's rule, 6 months of governor's rule was mandatory. This is what the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution talks about. And what is president's rule? President's rule is Article 356 of Indian Constitution. It talks about president's rule. Even though the word president's rule has not been mentioned explicitly into the constitution, but it talks about president's rule. The word emergency has been mentioned in the constitution. Then the Legislative Assembly was dissolved on November 21 and on December 12 before the end of 6 months. And the president rule was imposed in Jammu and Kashmir. So, first of all, governor's rule has to be there for 6 months. Then only president rule can come. But then legislative assembly was dissolved and then the president rule was imposed on Jammu and Kashmir. Then president rule was approved by both the houses of the parliament, because this is a condition for the president's rule, that it has to be approved by both the houses of the parliament. So it was approved. And in the year 2019, president's rule was extended for another 6 months. As president's rule, when it first gets its backing from the parliament, both the houses of the parliament, it is not that it goes on for innumerable number of months or years. It needs to get permission again and again after a regular interval from the parliament. So after 6 months, it was again extended for another 6 months. Then now let's talk about the constitutional changes. So this was about the changes that happened, and now about the constitutional changes. So the center issued an order amending the constitution application to Jammu and Kashmir, order 1954, and superseding it with the constitution application to Jammu and Kashmir, order 2019. So this order was superseded by this order. It means now the constitution application to Jammu and Kashmir, order 2019 is prevalent. Then second was, the new order made all the provisions of the constitution applicable to Jammu and Kashmir state. So earlier what was happening was, till the time article 370 was there and it was not removed, the constitutional provisions was not applicable in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. But after the order of application to Jammu and Kashmir, order 2019, this made all the provisions of the constitution applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, which was earlier not happening, or which earlier did not happen. Then government also amended article 367 to add a new clause, which was clause 4, making the constitution of India directly applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. So this clause was also added, and it said that the constitution of India would be directly. It means it does not need any kind of permission. It will be directly applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Then the president issued a declaration under article 370 clause 3, making all its clauses inoperative except the provision that all articles of the constitution shall apply to Jammu and Kashmir. So all the clauses became inoperative, but there was one clause which did not become inoperative, was the constitution shall apply to the Jammu and Kashmir. It means the Indian constitution has to apply to Jammu and Kashmir. Then change to article 370. Then article 370 provided for application of only article 1 and article 370 to Jammu and Kashmir. It was only about article 1. And the clause 1 subclause D of article 370 empowered the President of India to extend them through an executive order with the concurrence of the government of Jammu and Kashmir. So the article 370, it has a clause which makes the President powerful and gives the power to the President that with the concurrence of the government of Jammu and Kashmir, the article 370 can be extended to Jammu and Kashmir. Then clause 3 of article 370 empowered the President to declare that this article shall cease to be operative. It shall cease to be operative completely or partially, but only if the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir recommended such an action. Now here is a catch. You need to be careful with the word Constituent Assembly. So is Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir in operation? No. Now this is where the problem is, and this is where one needs to put attention. I'll be again reading the clause 3 of article 370, because out of all this is the most important one. Clause 3 of article 370, it empowered the President to declare that this article shall cease to be operative. This article shall cease to be operative. It might not operate completely or partially, either full or half, but only if the Constituent Assembly, but only when the Constituent Assembly of the Jammu and Kashmir will recommend such action. But will the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir will be able to recommend this action? No, because the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir is not in existence. The Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir no longer existed. It dispersed in the year 1957. It is not in existence only. Then this power of the president had ceased unless a new Constituent Assembly came into being. Because if the Constituent Assembly would not be there, then how the president would be able to exercise this power? So this did not happen. Then the center used the president's power under Article 370 Clause 1 Subclause D to amend Article 367, which gives guidelines to interpret the constitution. So again, the president got the power to amend the constitution, and a new clause was added to that constitution, and this clause is also one of the most important, and out of this slide, most important one. So you have to remember majorly two things. First, the Constituent Assembly part, that the Constituent Assembly was not in existence, and second is this, that a clause was added, a new clause under Article 367, which says that the Constituent Assembly of the state referred to in Article 370 by Legislative Assembly of the state. So the Constituent Assembly of the state was replaced by the Legislative Assembly of the state, and this is how the Legislative Assembly came into existence. So the Constituent Assembly of the state was replaced with the Legislative Assembly of the state. This is how things came into prominence, that how the Legislative Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir came into existence, how the role of Constituent Assembly was removed. Now let's talk about state government equals to parliament, and that is, president while imposing his direct rule in Jammu and Kashmir has assumed all functions of the Jammu and Kashmir government. So this happens in the under president's rule, that when president's rule applies to any place under Article 356 of the Indian Constitution, the president's rule or the emergency, it happens, then the power goes in the hand of the president. Then president becomes powerful and the power takes away from the Jammu and Kashmir government. And it also extended the powers of the state legislature to parliament, because under the president's rule, it is the president who is ruling the state. So the power comes to the president, and the president becomes all the powerful. At that point of time, the center becomes powerful and the state becomes less powerful. And the administration under president's rule cannot take decisions that change the very constitutional structure of the state. Now the constitutional structure of the state decisions was not taken by the administration or the government of that state. It can only be taken by the president and the parliament. Now let's talk about Jammu and Kashmir Constitution. It says that the Legislative Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir had no power under the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution to recommend any amendment to any provision of the Constitution of India. It means the Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly was not at all powerful to make any kind of amendment to the Constitution. And Article 147 of the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution, it barred the Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly from seeking to make any change in provisions of the Constitution of India as applicable in relation to the state. So both the point is saying that the Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly earlier did not had the power to make any kind of changes in the Constitution or any kind of amendment. Now let's talk about one more point which the Supreme Court would be looking into, and that is downgrading to the status of union territories. So earlier Jammu and Kashmir was a state, but after the Article 370 was abrogated, Jammu and Kashmir became a union territory. So the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 bifurcated Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir with Legislative Assembly and Ladakh without a Legislative Assembly. So this is important. We need to know that Jammu and Kashmir has legislative assembly while Ladakh does not have a legislative assembly, and Jammu and Kashmir was earlier a state but now is a union territory. It means that the status of the Jammu and Kashmir has been downsized. Then, and no instance in India's constitutional history has been seen where the status of a state has been changed to union territory. And the parliament can, under Article 3, create a new state by carving out territory from any state, uniting two or more states or portions of different states. So, under Article 3 of the Indian Constitution, the parliament has the power to create a new state, and it can do by carving out any kind of territory from any state. It can also unite two or more states, and it can also take portions of different states. Then this was about downgrading to the status of union territories. So we talked about downgrading to union territories, Jammu and Kashmir constitution, that the legislative assembly do not have any power. Then parliament equals to state government. Then about the change to Article 70, most importantly, constituent assembly role and how the legislative assembly was created. Then constitutional changes, what has been done till now. Then about the changes what has been made with regard to Article 370. Now let's do the prelims MCQ in the end, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. Consider the following statements. First, Jammu and Kashmir was a union territory with a legislative assembly while Ladakh was without a legislative assembly. Second, the phrase President's rule is mentioned in the Constitution of India under Article 356. And you have to talk about the correct statement. Codes are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. I think you will be able to do this one. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.